Are you feeling
Yes.
particularly podcasty today?
I don't know yet.
It's oh god. Well, I'm not, and you don't know, and so
Great start.
We're relying on producer who genuinely does nothing to do anything at all.
He hates it here.
We hated him.
No.
Hey guys, podcast guys. God. Since we don't have ads, people don't have to fast forward ads in our podcast, but they can fast forward how crazy long that intro music feels like it is sometimes.
That was long today.
It felt, well, it's the same, but I just had less to say on the front end of it.
Okay.
Anyways, guys, thanks for listening to Cold Hands, Warm Hearts. We'll see you next time. Bye. Hey, guys, welcome to Cold Hands, Warm Hearts. I'm Brandon Birdwell. I'm one half the Cold Hands, Warm Hearts podcasting duo.
Hi, guys. I'm Ashley Engle. Welcome to episode 84.
I'm the other half.
Get it right. Get
it
it
right.
To episode 84.
Here's the thing. They need to know what portion of the duo you are.
Hi, guys. I'm Ashley Engle. I'm
And
today
today I'm about 35% of my 50%, which means that I'm
Get it. Get
12
it.
and a 17.5%.
He's a business major, everybody.
He's a major business, guys. That's what I am. How's it going?
Guys, welcome from Arctic Vortex 2024.
That's what they call it. Is that what they're calling it?
Arctic. It's always the Arctic Vortex.
It's where you got
or the polar vortex.
Yeah, okay. Well,
one of those.
Whichever it is, we're in it, and it's very cold.
It's so cold.
Cold.
Actually, though, things are getting kind of drippy out there. They're melting just a bit.
I wouldn't know.
Finally.
I wouldn't know.
How long has it been since you've been out the house, babe?
I can't and won't answer that question.
I shan't.
My attire and overall scent will indicate the kind of welcome to wallowing vortex.
Smells like it's been 3 days. Am I right? Over under.
Again.
I won't.
Again, I shorn't, and it's over. So anyways,
We're in a time warp.
I've been snowed in.
We have been snowed in. Guys, we talked last week about the weather system that's been working its way across the central U.S.
Yeah.
Siberian air. If I had a nickel for every time the weatherman has said the Siberian air is moving in, it's pushing in.
Are they really saying that?
It's from Siberia. That's why it's so chilly.
Wait, that's for real?
It's for real.
How does air even make it here from there? That's a trip.
Jet streams.
That's such a long trip for air.
I know.
Air.
Jet streams.
Listen, air.
That's how. But guys, today the low was 16. Yesterday the low was 1. 1. And that doesn't even count the wind chills, which have been below 0. It's been crazy. The kids are off school today for snow day.
Yeah.
It's a virtual day. Yesterday they were off because it was MLK Day.
Yeah.
But guys, I'm telling you, it's been it's like start, stop. As hard as it's been to get back into the flow of all of the things post-holiday, this has not made it easier.
Yeah. Hey, good job. You talked there and kept it going because you saw me looking at the screen because I was adjusting your compressor.
But I also had things to say.
You always have things to say.
So what?
You always have things to say.
I've said this before, but
because you've always got things to say. And there it is, folks. Case in point.
I've said this before, but virtual school days always bring back a little bit of the trauma from COVID days.
Oh, yeah.
A little bit of that
for
trauma.
Sure. Well, I'll tell you what's the one thing that the youths of today will
go on.
It's shaking.
I've got things to say.
Welcome to Peepaw Corner, where Brandon tells you what he thinks about the youth of today. Welcome to Get Off My Lawn Corner. Where we used to walk uphill both ways barefoot in snow when men were men. Back when your video games didn't have a save function.
That's right.
You had to play it straight through, or hot seated as we called it.
Rotary phones.
Come over to the house, call someone on a rotary phone. Boop, 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 boop. Or just...
That's not a rotary. There you go.
Mom! Get off the line, Mom!
Darlene!
I'm trying to make Dustin a complete.
Darlene!
To come hot seat a game. Hot Pockets, Mom! But... Anyways,
Flashbacks.
back to Peepaw Corner.
Okay.
One thing that the youths of today have all these advantages, information at their fingertips, all of these things. It certainly comes with challenges as well. But one thing that I feel genuinely sorry for them about is the fact that when it's a snow day, it's not just a snow day.
Yeah.
There's the option to take that snow day from you.
Well, it is. And they knew this one was coming. They saw the Siberian air raring to come down
because
here.
they've got a lot of nickels.
Prepared.
Because they've heard the weatherman say it a bunch of times. I can't believe air is vacationing here from Siberia.
Yeah.
I had no idea.
It hung around for a while.
It seems dumb of me that I don't understand that air can go all over the globe.
Maybe next time, welcome to Weather Corner, you do a little research on the jet stream.
I didn't realize we were going to be talking about foreign air today.
Well, watch the news. It's all they've been talking about. We're talking about current events here.
I've been dealing with what I thought was domestic air all along. And here it is. We've been infiltrated by foreign operative air. Siberia. It's probably taking our secrets back to Siberia.
Well, I've been breathing air that's been breathed by huskies.
Well,
you know?
That I love.
Well,
because I do love a Siberian husky. Have you seen that Siberian husky on Instagram that asks for food in very specific ways?
Huskies talk.
Yeah, and if it asks and it taps and it hits its brother dog on the head, to feed him first, and he feeds him first, and then the guy gets the food and makes a lettuce wrap for him because apparently huskies love a lettuce wrap, and he'll always do it, and then the husky will shake its head and hit the table because he wants more, and then they fill more, and then he tries to feed it the husky, and the husky slaps the table because he wants sauce, and then they sauce it, and then the husky eats it. It's great.
So maybe you're smarter now. You've been breathing his air.
Well, I mean,
we can only hope.
It can only go up from where I've been living for the last however many years.
Well, yeah. So we've been dealing with that. We've been shut up in the house. We'll talk about our snow days here in a moment. I have been in staff meetings for most of the day. I'm feeling a combination of several things. I'm feeling energized.
Yeah.
Simultaneously drained.
Yeah, I get it because I have a staph infection and I'm feeling drained.
Do you?
Yes, but also energized.
Okay.
Strangely.
Sure. You're on the up and up.
Guys, I don't have a staph infection.
Now, let's be clear.
Despite the fact that it's been over 3 days.
Okay. But yeah, the big story here has been the weather for sure. I have been inside basically for 4 days.
Okay.
Basically, church was canceled Sunday morning due to the temps were low. The temps were low, and the snow began to fall.
Yeah.
How much snow did we end up getting? Not much.
Not that much.
But for around here.
But apparently the roads were slick.
Yeah, like 2 inches. This is riveting.
Well, I know. I feel like we're crushing it right now.
But I drove for the first time yesterday afternoon.
If you wanna take weather and natural phenomenon corner to the next level, let's talk earthquakes.
That's where I'm going.
Because we've had earthquakes.
Guys, that's been the other big story here.
It's misdirection.
Yeah.
You distract us with Siberian air and then we shake the earth out from beneath.
We shake it up.
That's what's happening.
You guys, Friday night.
Yeah. Go ahead. Build that tension.
I'm going to, Friday night.
On a night very much like tonight.
Like tonight. I'm getting ready for bed. I'm washing my face. I'm applying my creams and lotions and serums,
potions. Sure, I'm back in my cauldron area.
That's it.
Making the potion from Hocus Pocus, so I can suck the lives of the young children of Salem and stay young forever
and have eternal youth. So I'm doing those things.
Yeah,
and there is
maybe she's born with it. Maybe it's potions devised to suck the lives out of the children of Salem. Lean.
That's what they say. Honestly, if Maybelline knew what was good for them, sponsors Maybelline, they would do that commercial at Halloween.
Maybelline needs to sponsor us just so that I can really dig into my self-care and facial
free products.
That's what I need because I won't buy them. Maybelline, I won't buy them. I won't support your business.
I will.
Anyway,
and I do.
Back to your story.
I'm wearing several Maybelline products at this very moment. Okay, anyway, again, riveting content.
Yeah.
Guys, Friday night, there was a decent rumble as I'm applying my creams and lotions at 9:37 p.m. It was a 3.2, come to find out.
Go ahead.
On the Richter scale.
Yeah.
Okay. We and guys, when we have those here in Oklahoma, they're sadly familiar because about 10-ish years ago, we had some more. They were induced by
Fricka-frackin.
fracking, and the wastewater disposal, right, where they inject it back into the earth.
Yes.
We are sitting on some fault lines here.
Yeah.
Pretty major one, in fact.
Yeah.
So these could be a natural phenomenon. We don't know. Since that time, I believe the Corporation Commission has said no more to the fracking.
Yeah.
But now that this is happening again, it's opened up this dialogue of like, this. Why are you laughing?
This is weird.
This is riveting.
We're going very informational this go around, which
people
is
need to
great.
know.
The people need to know,
People
and this
who
is where
aren't
they
on the
come.
Nextdoor app
This is where they come
for the
I
info.
bet the Nextdoor app
Listen.
went kooky.
And can I tell you what 95% of them were? Did y'all feel that one?
Yeah.
Over the last several days.
Can I just blanket answer everyone's yes?
Yes,
Yes,
we all did.
We felt that one.
For heaven's sake.
Golly.
Okay, so anyway, this first one happens. It's a 3.2. And again, I'm like, they take your breath away initially, but they're preceded by, it's a rumble.
Yeah.
You hear it first, and then you feel it.
Yeah.
And
then you're like, was that Taco Bell? And then you're like, nope, it's actually
It's a quake.
It's fricka-frackin.
yeah. So we're all like, ha ha ha, we haven't had one of those in a while. Guys, at 9:46 p.m. I'm still in the bathroom preparing for bedtime. And Hope is in there with me. Such a big one.
Were you back there?
4.3. 4.3. Things fell off shelves.
Yeah.
Things broke.
Yeah.
Cracks appeared in walls.
Cracks appeared in my pants.
No, okay. Stop.
It rattled my pants
Guys,
off.
it was intense.
Yeah.
And immediately, I texted you immediately. I might have used some colorful language.
Yeah.
Because it was terrifying. We're checking on family. We're checking on friends. Come to find out, there was some fairly significant damage from this one in town, especially closer to the epicenter. People's driveways got busted up.
Really?
People had significant cracks in foundations. And so over closer to where it started. Anyway, guys, it was eventful. And through the night, there were like 13 more.
There were that many?
Oh my goodness. Aftershocks. And then a pretty decent
There was
sized
a big
one.
one in the morning.
5:30. Woke me up.
Woke me up.
Took my breath away.
Well, boom, 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 boom. Take my breath away. That's all I can think.
I was like, where'd they go with that?
It's 80s ballads, baby. No,
Not much sleep that night.
Welcome to Oklahoma.
Welcome.
Where we have tornadoes, but at least we don't have earthquakes. Never mind.
Never mind. We got him.
Someone climb the water tower and spray paint that out because no one is safe.
No one.
Siberia's even coming here to take us down
We've got him here.
with their cold air.
Oklahoma has the most induced earthquakes in the United States. The most
Really?
induced. Caused by, messing with the earth.
Well, that's, again, good job us.
Well, but it's also our primary industry here, so you gotta strike a balance. But that's been the big story, guys. It's also been interesting to think about whether the low temperatures had something to do with this. And I'm no geologist, but I do remember 10 years ago when these were acting up.
Yeah.
The low temperatures had something to do with it. Maybe something to do with the groundwater. I don't know.
Yeah, well,
A lot of speculation.
that's kind of all we're good for here is
I'm not trying to
speculating.
put out false info, guys.
Well,
But
doing
try living through tens of earthquakes in a matter of days.
yeah.
Meanwhile, it's -5
Yeah.
wind chills.
Yeah. Hey,
What are we doing?
Give us a break. Cut us some slack.
We're
Don't-
only a couple weeks into 2024. Here we are.
Yeah, here we are.
Crazy stuff happening on the political scene. We're in for a year is what I'm saying. May we all be peacefully and wonderfully surprised. That's my motto for 2020.
That's good. Listen, and you know what? At this point, it's kind of all we can hope for it, and I'm good for it.
Okay. We've been inside
Yeah,
for a lot of days. What have you guys been doing on these snow days?
I've spent a bunch of time back here doing music stuff.
Sure.
Watched a bunch of Hot Ones episodes.
Yeah. Any good ones recently?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm gonna Google it because I want to get his name right. He is the hot take. He's the guy from what's it called, The Last of Us. He won a bunch of Emmys for it. I don't remember which character he played. I'm gonna find out his name. Producer, will you look up this episode of Hot Ones for me? I'm gonna go out on a limb and say spicy take, pun intended.
Yeah.
One of my favorite guests of all time. Clearly a huge fan of the show.
Wow.
So enthusiastic.
And he's a minor character on The Last of Us?
No, sorry, not The Last of Us. This Is Us.
Oh, This Is Us.
This Was Us.
Sure, I did not watch that show.
I didn't either, but
Okay.
but he's a good actor on We Am Us.
Sure.
And
Does he play the father?
I don't know who he plays because I don't watch This Is Ours.
Got it. Proposal to change the name to that.
Man, that's what they air it as in Scotland.
Yes. This is ours. Oh.
That is my favorite Freudian slip of all time.
It's pretty great.
Yeah, but he's just enthusiastic. And at the end of the episode, Sean Evans, who asks incredible questions. I also went down a rabbit hole of watching guests being impressed by Sean Evans' questions.
Hey.
Because there are compilations and compilations and compilations because he does such a good job with the research.
Yeah.
Anyway, when this guy is on the last wing, he's literally done the whole gauntlet. He's dying. Sean says, "Hey, I know that you're like a theater Shakespeare boy at heart. Is there any like soliloquies or sonnets that you know that are that are special to you?" He's like, "Yeah, there's one." And he goes, and you could tell he's kind of working through the spice. He goes, "It starts like," and he says the first little stanza or line or whatever. And I was like, okay, that's good. He's just going to say that. He launches into the most eloquent delivery of a sonnet ever, like acts it out, has these beautiful pauses, does it. And then when he's done, he settles back into the spice, but it's like he rose to the occasion. It's incredible.
Wow.
So I'm going to send you that episode.
I'll have to watch that. Listeners, go watch that. Worth your time. And you guys had a family day, was it yesterday? Because we were going to record where you made breakfast.
Thank you, producer. Sterling K. Brown.
Sterling Brown.
Sterling K. Brown. I
Does
don't know
he
the
play
character.
one of the children?
He plays Randall Pearson.
Okay. I see. I don't watch the show. That's awful. All these people are out there going, "That's the dad," or "That's the brother." Idiots.
They are ours.
They are. They're so insulted right now because everybody watched that show.
Yeah, I feel like this
Crindy
is...
will know.
this
She'll be
is-
so disappointed.
This is ours would be a hilarious title for this episode, but probably not.
They are ours.
They are ours.
What did you guys do yesterday? You made breakfast
Yeah,
for
just-
lunch and dinner and watched all the movies?
And just watched movies. Watched you remember the movie Clifford
Yeah.
with Martin Short when he plays the little boy,
Oh, no.
and
I thought you meant the big red dog.
and Charles Grodin's on it.
No.
I distinctly remember very, very, very distinctly you saying that one of the lines that Charles Grodin delivered reminded you so much of our dad growing up. Are you ready for the line?
I don't know.
Clifford frustrates him, and Charles Grodin looks at him and says, "God almighty, boy."
When was the when?
Years ago. Because when you heard that line, you're like,
Clifford.
I've heard Dad say that to you numerous times.
Dad, I've never heard you say that.
I have, and I deserved it every single time.
I don't remember that.
exactly.
I don't remember the movie. I don't remember saying that. I feel like you're projecting right now.
Usually, yes, but here's the thing.
Projecting that onto me. How dare you?
Benny had never seen it, and I don't think Lindsay had either. But it's great. It's so good because it's Martin Short
Yeah.
playing this little kid character. And you
When was this movie made?
90,
Okay.
89, 90, somewhere in there.
Okay.
It's wonderful.
Nice.
It's great.
Yeah, we've had a lot of movie time, a lot of crafting. You know, Hope is very crafty.
Sure.
We have been hand knitting those because so for
Just
Christmas,
knitting hands.
Yes, knitting hands. Crindy for Christmas taught herself how to knit those blankets for us, where you make chains and then knit them together by hand, and they're awesome. You use this big chunky yarn, and they're super warm and pretty. So we've kind of gotten addicted to this. And right before the snow moved in, we got a bunch of yarn and watched a bunch of YouTube.
We went to Joann's Fabrics.
I went to the Hobby Lobby.
Hobby Lobby.
And we watched some YouTube, taught ourselves how to do. We've made several scarves.
Because Hopi got a Hobby Lobby gift card
Yeah.
on Christmas morning.
Yeah.
And you would have thought she was gifted $1 billion.
Yeah,
I've
she
never
loves it.
seen I want to like anything as much as Hope liked that Hobby Lobby gift card.
She's crafty.
She's crafty.
She loves to make things. Sewing,
Craft them,
knitting,
one would say.
painting, drawing, all.
I'm a big fan of making as well, but it's just when if you, can you,
Okay. Our Christmas stuff is still up, P.S.
nice.
But we've been, you know what? At first I was disappointed in myself. The Ashley Engle story.
You beat me to it.
But then I was really glad. It's been nice to sit there around the tree and continue that sort of festive feeling.
I like the idea of it being a series of books that starts with, at first I was disappointed in myself, and then the next one's called,
Still
Here I Go Again.
Gonna be disappointed in the future. And scene. That's the last one.
Disappointed in myself. At first I was disappointed in myself, but I'm still disappointed in myself. But there's hope. Because maybe I'm still disappointed in myself.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, it's been really nice, but I will say it has felt a bit like a time warp. And as I've been asked to re-enter society, my body has been rebelling.
That is such an extreme way of saying that.
It's true though, right? My body is rebelling.
That's you emerging into the sunlight.
Feeling anxious about... I have forgotten how to live life as an adult.
Here comes Nosferatu to check the mail.
That's me.
You stumble out in the dead of night to check the mail or to drag the trash cans to the curb like Hans on the Burbs.
Yes. My hair's all askew.
Yeah.
Walking out in my bathrobe.
Looking like Weird Barbie.
Oh, yes. I have looked like Weird Barbie until today.
Yeah, go ahead.
Maybe I still do.
Yeah.
Anyway. I'll tell you what really shines at a time like
Ken's
this.
Sidekick, Dirty Randall. Somehow plastic has BO. How? Plastic doesn't have sweat glands.
5 o'clock shadow.
So how on earth? You're walking around like Pigpen on the Peanuts. You're made of plastic, homie. Someone drag you through a gutter?
Ken wears the pot shop shorts.
Yeah.
and a cut-up sweatshirt.
It's like Ken got found by Sid on Toy Story. And
no, he comes like that.
He's out the box like that. He's a collector's item out of it's just
limited release.
Limited release. Body odor Ken.
It did not go over well. He's part of the hygiene series. The puberty series to help kids with the changes they're experiencing in their bodies.
This Kennergy stinks.
Quite literally, he has a pimple.
Oh my gosh. He is just ingrown hairs. He's got bacne. He comes with like a marker set so you can draw your own bacne if you want.
But then you can wash it off because it's trying to teach kids how to have good hygiene. He comes with the little stick of, right guard.
This is who Maybelline needs to sponsor is our stinky Kennergy.
It's the Barbie puberty collection.
Dude, it's really funny to think about. But that's like not out of the realm like that they could have done. Like, kids need something to help them through the puberty. His name's Pubert. And if you squeeze him hard enough, he toots.
No.
If you squeeze him, he perspires through his shirt.
I hate this.
And he stinks so bad.
I hate this.
He can just kind of grow a mustache. And he's proud of it. Hair's greasy. Face, his T-zone's all messed up.
But then you just take the little enclosed washcloth and just see, when you wash your face, you feel good about yourself.
Take your Accutane, Ken.
Comes with a little pill bottle.
Your chin's acting up, fella. Oh, this Ken needs Mitchum's. Oh. This is prescription deodorant, Ken. Comes with a note that says, "Will you be my girlfriend? Yes, no, maybe," and it's already checked no. Oh. Anyway.
Wow. It's not going to go over well. I'll tell you who would purchase that. Health teachers.
Yeah, they would, because it's
a visual aid.
What would happen
for those tricky discussions?
None of them would sell, and so they would be donated to public schools. Okay, everybody, pick up your puberty, Ken.
Pubert.
Everybody get your Pubert. We're going through changes. Puber-duber-duber-doot. Hello, I'm Pubert. Plastic stinky boy here to teach you about puberty. Your body going through changes? Mine's not. I'm made of plastic. I'm just as the fine folks at Mattel made me. But you're as the good Lord made you. Why does Pubert talk like that?
Morgan Freeman.
Dude, hey everybody, I'm Pubert.
There it is.
Hey Barbie, you want to go to semi-formal?
No? Okay.
Oh, it's fine. Me neither. That's probably just gonna roll solo.
I was just wondering.
Oh, have you heard this old music? It's called Yin Yang Twins, and I've been dancing to it all, practicing for the big dance. Barbie. Hey, Barbie, I don't know. You want me to go get a snow cone? Let me talk about your problem. I'm your friend first, you know.
Friend zone Ken.
Dude, Pubert just grows into friend zone Ken. Oh, man, I can't believe cool guy Ken stood you up again like that, Barbie. You know what sounds good is a silver fox at the Bahama Bucks. I'm buying. I mowed 6 lawns this week. I was trying to afford the best cummerbund at Old Navy, but instead I'll buy you a snow one.
Friend zone Ken. Okay.
I made you a mixtape, Barbie.
Sponsor us, Friend Zone Ken. I'll tell you what's really been shining on these snow days.
My forehead. Like a disco ball.
The bullfrog.
Yeah. Oh, I bet.
It's been delightful, I must say.
Yeah.
I must say. It's been great. We spent a lot of time in there. We've had family time in the bullfrog. Every neighborhood kid has been in the bullfrog post sledding. Because I'll tell you what feels great.
Bringing their neighborhood kid oils.
That's it.
Sick. You're just making a salad
Chlorinated.
dressing.
That's why you chlorinate a pool. What do you think happens in a pool? Public
Pee?
pool.
A lot of pee.
Well, we have a no pee rule in the bullfrog.
A lot of pee, some barfing. I remember one time I was watching
Barfing?
someone's kid. I don't even remember who it was. I was like one of the older kids, and they were like a younger kid. And they were like, "Hey, will you just watch him while we go probably have Cosmos at the in the clubhouse?"
Where
But
was
I didn't
this?
realize
At the-
it was just, yeah, it's Stillwater
public
Country
pool?
Club.
Okay,
Yeah, no, it's at Stillwater Country Club pool.
Okay.
Back
Where
where
was the lifeguard?
I don't know, Garden Lives somewhere.
On duty?
Probably playing sharks and minnows.
Okay. Marco Polo.
But I saw this kid just sit down, and I was like, "Hey, how you doing, kid?" And the kid immediately looked me square in the eyes, barfed right while he was looking me square in the eyes. And my first instinct, I picked the kid up and we left it there. We didn't address it. We moved on. Similar to whenever I dropped all of that yogurt out of my locker in middle school and let the teacher assume that I had vomited so I wouldn't have to clean it up.
And then you got to go home.
I got to go home.
Question.
Answer.
Did they shut down the pool? Or did the vomit just dissipate into the water?
I just spread it out. I spread it as thin as I could.
Wow.
This was the 90s.
Okay. Different time.
Barf in a pool in the 90s.
Different.
It's fine.
Yeah.
Clear it out nowadays.
Nowadays.
The youths. Welcome back to Peepaw's Corner. Back when you could barf in a pool without repercussions.
Those were the days.
That's when this country was great.
Those were the days.
That's when Siberia wouldn't have even dared come over here. Back to Siberia with you. We don't need your cold air. We're over barfing in pools.
What in the world? Okay.
We're picking up steam here.
We're picking up steam. Guys, we're struggling to...
Ever since we hit pubert, our podcast literally hit puberty this episode. We did over the hump.
It took us 84. Okay, I know you've been cooking some great things over here on Snow Day. I saw an Instagram video of you doing a ramen, homemade ramen, broth and all.
That's the food truck I'm going to open. It's going to be called Broth and All.
Broth and all.
And that's how you have to
sounds
work.
like brothel. I'd be careful.
Don't think I'm above a little double entendre to drive some cheeky biz.
Okay. Anyway, how did you do this? Because I love a ramen. I've been craving it.
So
nothing like Siberian air to make me crave ramen.
That's for sure.
Yeah.
And the dish has a name in Siberia. My nose is so runny lately.
Same.
But
same. Thanks, Siberia.
Dude, I got the Siberian sniffles over here.
That's it.
got a wild hair.
Okay.
Wanted to do it. Have never made ramen broth, but I do love a ramen.
Yes.
So I went to the store. I let the store speak to me. I got shiitake.
Did you find stuff on the shelves? Because people were crazy.
I got shiitake mushrooms.
Nice.
I got onions. I got leeks. I got I got some pork spare ribs. I got some. I got a rotisserie chicken to use the chicken carcass and then repurpose the meat. I did the whole thing.
Yeah, you did.
The only thing I couldn't find was bonito flakes because they're a specialty item and the Asian aisle at our grocery store just didn't have them.
Okay.
So
What is that?
it's
Is
a
it
it's a fish flake and it gives you that deep umami flavor. Now
Okay.
here's what I did.
Okay.
I took a page out of Bobby Flay's book. I took a
Sponsor
page.
us, Bobby Flay.
Sponsor us, Bob's. And Michael Simons, all of the chefs that I respect so much. Whenever they speak, yes, chef, I literally say it to my telly. They will sneak in some anchovy paste to give that umami, that deep umami flavor. So I got some anchovies.
Okay. Like the paste or the fish?
Got them, and I made my own paste.
Ooh.
So slow simmered with the chicken bones and carcass and the pork bones after I cut the pork off. Yeah. Slow cooked the pork. Okay. Set the chicken aside. Made the broth all day, 4 or 5 hours simmering.
I bet it smelled delicious in here.
It smelled incredible. And for a first effort, I am incredibly proud of it.
Hey, it looked great.
It tasted great.
Looked
to
beautiful.
me. I was told by someone who will remain nameless that it was a little on the spicy side.
There's one of 2 people who could have eaten it. I know one of them didn't eat it.
Because
so
it wasn't
process of elimination.
Because it wasn't a slow simmered grilled cheese sandwich.
It was Lindsay.
But I was told it was a little spicy.
Okay.
And so perhaps next time I'll dial back the spice a little bit and then add my spice towards the end.
Yeah.
But
or just add it into your bowl.
Suffice it to say, as an item to be added to my cooking repertoire.
Yeah.
It's in there.
Hey.
It's in there.
What ramen noodles did you use?
I just bought. They were these organic ones that were just buy like standalone ramen, and they were like little individual ramen nests.
Okay.
You just drop them in. I'll tell you what I want to try are the David Chang, the Momofuku.
Oh, I've seen
ramen.
those.
They're all over Instagram.
Yeah, I've seen those. But they come with a sauce packet, right?
Yes, yes. And I want to try it because apparently Momofuku, I've never had the restaurant, but it's incredible.
Yeah.
Cody and Brooke did it and said it was really good. So
okay.
I need to.
Hi, guys. Thanks for the
But anyways, yes, I was incredibly proud of it. And as it was kind of going, it was like thickening up and actually doing the thing that it was supposed to do. So I'd go check on it and I'd be like, okay, we're going in a good direction here.
So you made the broth and then like the components in the soup broth, what'd you put in that?
So I pulled out the stuff that I slow cooked with it, and the stuff that maintained its structural integrity and took on a lot of that flavor. I repurposed and put back in, like kind of like a la carte to add as you want your garnishes. And I'll put the chicken back in it, put the pork that I slow cooked in it, so you get a nice mix of meats. Yeah, the leeks sucked up a ton of broth and were delicious. The shiitakes were great. The stuff, and there's some onion here, there, and stuff. I pickled some carrots for a garnish, and I made ramen egg.
Oof, yeah, that's my favorite.
You gotta have the ramen egg.
What's it called? That's my favorite thing.
Go ahead.
I order an extra egg every time.
Got to.
They're so good.
So good.
Look at you.
Listen,
snow days are the perfect days to do some cooking experimentation.
It's a full, and it's,
you got the time.
And it's a full day thing.
Yeah, so you're home anyway. Feels cozy.
And here you go. Here comes CHWH bingo. The reason that I got it in my head is because I went to lunch at Madère the other day.
Okay, never been.
Stop, you want to press stop on the recording so you can literally slip slide your way all the way down there right now because it's
sponsor us, Madère.
Crispy rice salad, and anything that's made of crispy rice and is called a salad. Here for
you've talked about this before.
The chicken wings, best chicken wings I've ever had.
Ooh,
no
hot
lie.
takes.
Super spicy.
Does Jeff know this? Jeff loves wings.
We need to go. It's so great. Okay. But we're there, and we were talking about Chef Jeff, James Beard nominated Chef Jeff, who is the proprietor of Madère. Yeah. Also Goro, and we were talking about how
Goro ramen.
He just the amount of time because I've talked to Chef Jeff about it before. Name drop. But just about the length of time and his process. And he would go in and make that broth every single day. Wow. And I just find that discipline and that dedication to it is just really cool to me. In another life, like I would have loved to have been like a chef. Because I find it to be such like a creative thing. But anyway, yeah, as a first time and a full day project, could not be happier with the way it went.
I'm happy about that.
Same.
It looked delicious.
Well,
we did 3 soups in 2 days at our house.
Triple dippers.
Triple dippers. We did. I did a taco soup, which was
Tasty.
phenomenal. Really delicious. Typically, when I do a Mexican soup, it's a tortilla soup with chicken. This one was taco with beef. It was so good.
Great.
We did my tomato soup that I always do, the
Great.
Pioneer Woman,
Great.
best tomato soup ever, with grilled cheeses. And then Jeff does a mushroom and wild rice soup
Ooh,
from scratch.
that sounds great.
It's so hilarious because it's one of our children's favorite dishes that either of us make. They always want this soup. It takes a while to make it, but man, is it good.
Man,
He's perfected it.
Soup makery. Soup, it's called soupery.
Yeah, soupery. Soupery.
Souperia.
Souperia.
Ouais.
Yeah.
It's to me something that I've dabbled in only slightly until my ramen experience, and now
You're all in.
I might have gotten bit by the soup bug.
It's my favorite thing to make.
I might have gotten bit by the soup bug.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
yeah,
Title of the podcast.
stay tuned for might have gotten bit by the soup bug.
Yeah.
It's true though.
Well, so we've been doing those things, and when the children have gotten just stir crazy enough, they go out sledding in the drainage ditch
Sure,
out back.
sure.
And
With
so
Pennywise the dancing
with
clown.
Pennywise, who leads them into the sewers. But then they come over and get in the bullfrog. So we've had a lot of that happening, a lot of back and forth.
It's
My
like,
least
it's like
favorite
hot
thing,
cold therapy. It's like they're doing hydrotherapy and they
plunge.
don't even really
they're
realize
so healthy. Their skin is glowing.
Their inflammation,
Done.
non-existent.
That's it.
Could I get some of that?
Come over.
Because I'm inflamed.
Come over. Hopi will jump out of the bullfrog, do snow angels in her swimsuit, get back in the bullfrog.
That seems
back
like
and forth, back and forth.
that seems like the sort of thing that your masochist daughter would do. She will hold on to a thing that's going to shock her, the shock tato.
She does.
She wants
She'll
to taste the
put her
bad.
hand in a flame.
She wants to taste the bad bean boozleds.
Yeah, she does.
She wants to live
She
life
lives
on
on
the
the
edge.
edge.
She lives on the edge until she goes to Hobby Lobby and starts knitting.
That's it.
She covers the whole spectrum.
She does. She's well rounded.
Hope floats.
Jeff went sledding with the kids. I really think he injured himself.
Okay.
And it happens every time. Jeff goes into Lake Jeff mode on snow days.
Which is great.
He
Lake Jeff
completely
mode is
unplugs.
fantastic.
That's right. Especially like MLK Day, he was working some, but mostly off.
But actually had a day, yeah.
And I really think he's injured his hip. But anyway, we'll address that.
Man, hip injuries. Welcome back to Peepaw Corner. Listen, I think Jeff and I suffer from the same affliction when it comes to things like that.
Sure. I'm young. I can do this.
It's being a man boy. It's like you get out there and you're like,
Yes.
my brain still thinks it can do these
My
things.
brain is 18.
And my body can probably still execute the task.
Sure.
But the recovery from the task
Is going to be.
is what the problem is.
Right. I did a cartwheel the other day and hurt for like 3 weeks.
Right. I ate Taco Bell last night and I can't move.
Right. I do think my form on the cartwheel was phenomenal. Pointed toes and all. Regretted it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Sometimes you
We're there.
Sometimes you point your toes through the pain and then you just got to deal afterwards.
3 weeks later,
Speaking
you're
of
still.
speaking of pointing your toes through the pain and having to deal with it afterwards, Taco
Oh.
Bell, listen. But I do
Did you
have
guys venture out for some tacos last night?
I went and picked up Taco Bell.
Man, I love a Taco Bell night.
It's so gross and amazing.
The only person in my family who loves that as much as I do is Asher. Jeff hates it.
Yeah, well, it's
I love it.
It's horrible.
Jeff doesn't hate it.
But I have a very serious bone to pick with the people at Taco Bell.
Uh-oh.
Because they have officially removed my favorite item from
What's
the
your
menu.
favorite
A
item?
Quesarito. Don't ask me dumb questions.
I've never had one.
Well, never will you.
Oh, no.
Hey, they took it off, and I was so upset. I was literally, this was untenable. I was inconsolable. I went on to the app. Inconceivable. I went on to the app
Okay.
because I was told, "Oh, it's gone," and I was like, "No." I remember when they tried to pull this fast one on me back in 2020
With
and,
the Mexican pizza.
and that's back.
It's back.
But what
That's
they
my
did
favorite.
was they put it to where you would only be able to get the quesarito if you downloaded the app. So they got me to download the app.
Oh,
Probably have all my information.
yeah.
all my measurements.
Oh, no.
And now I'm going to get rid of the app because I can't even get a quesarito on it. But I did find a hack. If I was a TikToker, I would post this as a Taco Bell hack. You ready?
Sure.
One of the great things about the quesarito is it has the creamy jalapeno sauce inside of it. So what I did is I got sides of the creamy jalapeno sauce. I got the grilled cheese steak burrito. You heard me right. Grilled cheese steak burrito,
You
ladies and
guys
gentlemen.
writing this down?
And
Take notes.
I put it in a cast iron pan and I hard seared it with a bacon press on top of it to give it that crusty texture.
Sure.
And I doused it in the creamy jalapeno sauce.
Okay.
Close approximation.
But the whole point of eating out is so you don't have to do any prep. I don't think this is worth it.
Thanks a lot, Taco Bell.
Yeah. You know what? Don't lose hope. I think they do this. I think they do this to keep you on your toes.
They've given me this runaround. Taco Bell and the quesarito have put me in the friend zone so many times over the years.
I'm so sorry, Pubert. I'm so
sorry, Pubert. The quesarito's off the menu. It was going to wreak havoc on my acne anyway.
Title of the podcast. Man. Okay. Another thing we've been doing at our house is a lot of ping pong tournaments. That was the kids' big Christmas gift, was a ping pong table.
Okay.
So much ping pong. It's the soundtrack to my life now.
Yeah.
Just constant.
Like Chinese water torture just dripping on your forehead.
Yeah. I don't hear it anymore. But I really have a prediction that all of us, including me, and you know how bad I am at ping pong, I think I'm going to get better this year.
Well, if you've got access to it.
That's right.
I mean, you're probably playing significantly more ping pong than at any stage in your life now.
My kids are pretty good. I'm the person they play if they want to feel good about themselves.
Sure.
And I will remain that person.
You're like the early bosses in a video game.
That's it.
Right?
Total. That is so me.
You're like Glass Joe on Mike Tyson's Punch-Out.
Yes.
The guy that just
stands there and takes all the punches.
Ashley the ping pong punching bag.
That's me.
Yeah.
But we've had a lot of that happening. We've also been playing Pogs. I introduced Hope to the world of Pogs.
Dude,
and I sent you a video.
Ping pong and Pogs. And Hope threw a pretty salty slam on
She's
Pogs.
Pretty good. Listen, there's no skill involved, really, with Pogs.
Don't tell Hope that, because that slam was primo.
It was so fun, though, because you know when you introduce your kids to something from your childhood, and I wasn't a big Pogger. Clifford. Like a movie or a song or an activity. And you just love to see how tickled they get. Yeah. Hope was like gut laughing with this.
Dude.
And it brought me a lot of joy. She dominated me. Took all my Pogs.
Pog dominance.
Pog dominance.
You sent the video and you were in the closet playing and you just said closet pogging.
Closet pogging.
But clogging.
Clogging.
That's a different thing over here.
It's a different thing everywhere.
But listen, I feel that way about like vintage video games with Ben.
Oh, totally.
Because over COVID, that's when I dragged out the old Nintendo, like the original NES.
And what a great joy.
Oh, and he took to it, man. And he's like, to this day, he still loves those vintage 2D scroller, those games. They're so great. And to play them is wonderful. Because I know it's 2 buttons. Give me 2 buttons and some Totino's pizza rolls, and I'm a happy boy.
I'm set.
Oof.
Yeah, that's fun. As I say, there's not really any news from the Nextdoor app other than Earthquake.
Other than, did you feel that one?
Did y'all feel that one?
Rebecca, did you feel that one?
Yeah, a lot of that. But while we're reporting news from the world, I was wondering if you saw that story about... This took up way too much of my time last night. If you saw the story about Connor from Alabama who got stuck in the urn... Did you see it?
No.
I need you, the minute we get off the podcast, and all of you listeners, if you haven't seen this, I need you to Google Connor in the urn. Okay? There's a guy named Connor Paget from Birmingham, Alabama. The man's an architect.
The Birmingham urn boy.
He was at a New Year's Eve party. Okay? So we're talking, this was, a couple weeks ago. New Year's Eve party, guys. As a party trick, he ended up getting inside of an urn.
How big is this urn?
It's like a planter. Looks like a planter. Got half of his body stuck in there.
Sure. As you do.
And to watch this thing progress and to watch the people at this party just standing watching Connor, all of them were holding drinks.
Yeah, they were.
Nobody was super interested in actually helping him out. Connor, watching his face just getting progressively more and more upset, angry. Guys, there's salty language. Don't watch it
Did
with your
anybody
kids.
push it over and just roll him around the party?
Well, he was tipped over. He was on its side. I think that was a strategy.
Sure. What was this urn made of?
Pottery.
Dude, hit that thing with a T-ball
They
bat.
did. They ended up hitting it with a hammer.
God.
Anyway, I'm kind of disappointed that I brought up and you hadn't seen it, but I'm
Dude.
telling everyone to Google Connor in the urn because it'll bring
Connor had the yearn.
bright
The
spot.
yearn to earn.
The yearning for some earning. Okay, how is your algorithm?
I'm hopeful that a dude in an urn shows up in it soon.
Connor in the urn.
Connor in the urn. Connor in the urn.
Urn.
Connor and the
Paget. Birmingham.
Paget Brewster. Burn bands. Urn yams. Anyway, planters.
Planters.
So
Hammers.
ham.
Period.
Yes, I'm in my ham period.
Yes.
My ham era.
Oh.
That's pretty great. There's a guy named Chef Zealand
Okay.
who makes incredible looking things. And as you know, a chef thing will permeate my algorithm.
Yeah.
And it's just a dude who makes great looking foods.
Yeah.
And he makes them and he's so pleasant and seems great. So that's been popping up a lot lately.
Okay.
This one where a guy makes sandwiches. I'm trying to think of the name of it. Can't think of it. A lot of close-ups on Zac Efron's face.
Yeah, there's a lot. There's
We talk a lot about females in Hollywood and stuff that goes on with their faces, but I don't think.
Well, you have to know that when you're an actor, the moneymaker, your face, people see it all the time.
Don't mess with it.
So if there are changes in your face, people are going to notice.
People are gonna notice that.
You
Is-
can't slide that by.
That's what you lead with it.
And so I'm curious about this too because you have Zac Efron in The Greatest Showman,
Yeah.
and then you have him in this latest thing. Haven't seen it, the wrestling one.
Iron Claw, Iron Fist.
Something.
It's about the Von Erich family of pro wrestling fame.
I really want to see it.
I grew up watching them.
I've heard it's great.
Listen.
I don't know,
Well, I'll tell you this.
but his face is different.
His surgeon
Something's happened.
is Efron around.
But Brandon, I heard that he had an accident or something, and they had to do some reconstruction.
Well, if that's the case, then
So I don't know. I don't know, guys.
all I know
it's a
is
mystery.
he is a very yoked, muscular fellow.
bulked up for
he's
this
a
one.
very bulky boy.
Yeah, he did.
So is the chef from The Bear.
Yeah, he really is.
He's a beefcake.
Yeah, they're brothers in that, right?
Yeah.
In that movie.
The Von Erichs.
Man, we're talking about this like we've seen it. Okay, have you ever
Welcome to where we review movies we haven't seen.
seen that's
It's just our trailer reviewing show.
Let's do
Looks
it.
good.
Is this worth our time?
What's going on with Zac Efron's face?
He's really beefy.
They're brothers.
Okay. Have you seen on Instagram Good Boy Ollie?
Yes.
He's the chocolate lab.
Yeah.
I cannot believe I haven't ever
Baby
mentioned
Tato needs to get the nip-nips.
the
Mummy.
nibs for good luck.
Good luck for baby Tato, little
We're going
raptor.
to visit Nanny Biscuits.
Yeah, always.
So good.
Ben
Guys,
loves Good Boy Ollie.
So does Hope. If you don't follow Good Boy Ollie, he is a chocolate lab and he has a baby brother named Tato and they go on adventures and it's precious.
You know, all I can think when I see a chocolate lab on Instagram is Countdown to Sorrow.
I know.
Because that dog's going to die.
I know. And he's old. That's how I feel now.
Going
I
to
don't
be
wanna think
replaced
that.
with baby Tato.
No, and another puppy.
Puppy.
But Good Boy Ollie,
Yeah,
most
it's a good one.
pure,
It's a good one.
darling, precious thing. Okay, what you been watching, reading, or listening to, B?
Hot ones.
Yeah,
A lot of hot ones.
Say it again.
Compilations, a lot of hot ones. I started watching a thing by Mythic Kitchen on YouTube.
Okay.
I'm a YouTube guy right now,
You
where
are.
it's called Last Meals, and they interview celebrities about while they eat what their last meal would be. There's a Tom Hanks one. There's a Ben Schwartz one that I was finishing when you showed up today.
Interesting.
There's a Jake
They
Johnson
cook
one.
the meal. They get the list in advance,
and they make them their meal as accurately recreated from the restaurant that they requested it from.
That's a lot of work.
It's great, and
for the preppers.
The not as good a question askers as Sean Evans because he's like goated sauce right now, right?
Yeah.
But thoughtful, good questions. It's a fun show. Did that obviously?
That's a fun concept. It's compelling.
I like it a lot
Because you can tell a lot about people from the food that they eat and their reasons for that and all that.
Yeah, and then it's again not the same as Hot Ones because you're very spicy on Hot Ones, but eating and sharing a meal and having that sort of engagement feels like it
is going to heal America.
Well, and it disarms people.
Yeah,
they want to talk.
Yeah,
they're not like sitting on the Tonight Show where it's like scripted and planned. So interesting.
I like that.
Gordon Ramsay has some YouTube shorts I've been watching called Scrambled, where he just teaches people how to make scrambled eggs. Love it. Okay. He's actually really nice on it. He's mean on his other shows, but he's actually very engaging and kind and cool on it. But other than that, comfort shows, Community, Seinfeld on a loop.
I've been watching Seinfeld.
Clifford.
Yeah. Speaking of Seinfeld, I have stumbled into my favorite podcast since this one. Maybe ever.
Got him.
Okay. Julia Louis-Dreyfus has a new podcast. Okay. Well, she just wrapped season 1 called Wiser Than Me.
Okay.
And her whole premise to this podcast.
She's talking to someone who's wiser than she.
Yes. But it's all older women. And she says older women are invisible in our culture. They are fonts of wisdom, of knowledge, and we don't ask them for it. And why?
Interesting.
And they're women. So the first one I listened to was actually the finale. It was Carol Burnett. How do I love Carol Burnett?
She's wonderful.
She's 90.
Yeah.
And she told stories from her career. Julia asks the most fantastic questions. She always asks them, do you have any advice for your 21-year-old self? What would you have said yes to? What would you have said no to? What are your insights about aging? And so on this season, she had Carol Burnett. She had Isabel Allende, who is an author from Chile, and I've read some of her books. Amazing. Diane von Furstenberg, Rhea Perlman, all of these incredible, accomplished women.
It's a great list.
Right? And so wise, and why aren't we pursuing
especially
their knowledge?
A lot of them that you're listing went through like the Hollywood system and did it at a time when it wasn't really all green lights for ladies. So I would imagine
Jane Fonda.
I don't need to hear what some of these Gen Zers in Hollywood have to say.
The problem with youths today.
I don't want to interview the cast of Euphoria in 2060.
Yeah.
Because they're going to be like,
Sponsor us, Euphoria. I've never watched.
It's I haven't either.
Yeah, we don't know. Let's review it.
Okay, guys. So Euphoria, more like P-Euphoria.
Euphoria.
Brought to you by Pubert.
Pubert, Barbie. Okay, but anyway, guys, it is a fantastic.
That's interesting.
It is, and then the great thing is, she debriefs every episode with her 85-year-old mother at the end.
Oh, that's fun. That's like somebody on. That's like on Somebody Feed Phil,
That's
but
what
not
I always
anymore
think of.
because they passed away.
I know
And
they passed.
But they've started sending people in to do a joke for his dad
Which I
in lieu of
love.
which is great because they all clearly know him and love him.
Great.
The one beef that I do have with Wiser Than Me, although it could be leaning into they're wiser than I.
Yeah,
That's
I know.
incorrect. It's grammatically incorrect, Julia.
I thought the same. And she never explained why she chose that title, but we're grammar dorks. Okay.
Isn't she the most decorated female actress in the history of television, Julia Louis-Dreyfus?
I don't know.
I think she is.
But this podcast has also made me like and appreciate her so much more too.
She's great.
Also, guys, some salty language, salty topics occasionally, so don't listen with your kids.
She can be body.
A body broad, yeah.
And I love
she's
it.
in her 60s.
She's great.
And she's so thoughtful.
Also,
and she gets emotional.
Not for nothing. If we're talking about aging in Hollywood, has aged gracefully
She's
and
beautiful.
wonderfully.
She's beautiful.
Gosh, speaking of aging like a fine wine, you know who the female lead in Clifford is? Mary Steenburgen.
Your favorite. I bet the Burge is going to be interviewed. I hope she is.
Her birthday's coming up in a month.
Okay.
Happy Burge Day in advance, guys.
I'll send you the episode when
I
it's on.
celebrate privately.
Okay, another thing we've watched very quickly is there's a new series on Disney Plus that we've been watching as a family, Percy Jackson and the Olympians.
Oh, cool.
These are books that both of our boys have read. Fantastic books. They made them into movies years ago. They were bad. They were terrible.
Yeah.
Sponsor us, Percy Jackson movies. But the series is quite good.
Cool.
The episodes are short, like 40 minutes and under.
Nice.
And it's still being released week to week at this point. But we've really enjoyed that.
Did you know they tapped Greta Gerwig to do to revamp Chronicles of Narnia?
I saw that, and I'm seeing the people that they're casting.
She's got some
Saoirse?
heat. She's got some heat out in Hollywood right now.
She's the it gal.
She's the it gal.
Well, and for good reason. She's putting out some good stuff.
Winning.
Her Little Women, her Barbie. Speaking of Barbie.
Speaking of pubis.
Okay, guys, we are so grateful for all of our ratings and reviews. If you haven't left us those, particularly reviews, you can do that on Apple Podcast. You can do that on Podchaser, on Castbox, Podcast Addict, Good Pods, and Amazon/Audible.
You can also just wrap it around a brick and throw it through the window if
That's
you
what
really
we're hoping
like to.
for,
Yeah.
honestly.
Yeah.
Word of mouth is how we get this thing off the ground. What's your warm heart, B?
Getting to spend some time snow dating, hanging out with Benny.
Yeah.
Just that.
Agree.
Easy peasy. Yeah.
Agree. And isn't there something so great about things getting canceled?
Oh, it's better than them never being planned.
Right? Like routine things.
Yeah.
Not things that you're excited about, obviously, because that's a disappointment.
Yeah.
But like routine, mundane things when you're like, oh,
Totally.
school's canceled.
Yeah, it's going to be awesome once this podcast gets canceled.
Okay.
What's your warm heart?
No, that's it. That's mine. Same. And just that feeling of like relief when routine things get canceled.
That is such a Brandon response. What's your warm heart? Canceled plans. And
Well,
I
is.
love
it's a
it
relief.
so much.
It's a burden lifted.
All right, guys. Thanks for listening to Cold Hands, Warm Hearts. We're going to talk to you guys on another time. Bye.
What? Bye.